Hey, good morning, everyone. We're going to read a short story today called The Open Window, and it is by Saki. Saki is his pen name. His real name is Hector Hugh Monroe, and he is a British writer who's known for his witty, mischievous, and stories. And he usually makes fun of Victorian and Edwardian culture, the society in which he lived. So if you can see the dates there, 1870 to 1916, that's the time period that he's going to be mocking. He often did this by depicting characters in a setting and manner that would contrast their behavior of the natural world. And so let's look at a few of those. All right, so children of the Victorian era. He frequently portrays childhood as an unfortunate state of children being trapped in a boring adult world, and it probably stems from his own upbringing. In this story that you're going to read, it's important to note because the main character's name is Vera. She's a 15-year-old young lady who represents this feeling of being trapped and does something interesting. So I'm not going to spoil it, but it's to escape the boredom of her life. She seems kind of bored living with her aunt named Mrs. Sappleton, who follows the very proper rules of Victorian etiquette. The other thing to notice is that the young women in Victorian era were frequently cast as more trustworthy characters, whereas men and boys were the rascals and the troublemakers. So it was rare for a woman to be portrayed as cunning, conniving, or even wise. And by casting Vera as the female troublemaker in the story, Saki counters stereotypes about the proper way for young women to behave. And this is kind of similar to the character named Mary Maloney in the story you read last week called Lamb to the Slaughter. It was kind of surprising that she would be the killer in the story. The setting is also important because the setting is going to be ironic. It's in a country, rural place, and it should be trouble free, calming, but it is anything but relaxing for one of the characters named Frampton Nuttall. He's a gentleman who has purposefully visited the country and the house in which Vera is living in on doctor's orders to help calm his nerves. So, as a reminder, we have Vera, the young lady of 15. Mrs. Sappleton is her aunt, and Frampton Nuttall is a gentleman visitor to the countryside where Mrs. Sappleton and Vera live. Now, you can read The Open Window, or you can watch the film called The Open Doors. It's the same thing, but I just wanted you to know that when the Open Window title is going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be more like French doors like these and not like a tiny window. And so after you finish the story, please open the Google Doc and answer the three leveled questions. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful day.